Yeah, sort of overruled. Whose game's going to be easier in your eyes?
Liquid can get the ball wrong for sure. There could be some big concerns for mudgolems with damage. I'm a little worried for Milan on the Tiny to see what he can actually accomplish as this hero. We've been seeing it falling out of favor recently, especially. So yeah, we're gonna see what he can actually do because they just don't really have that great wave clear. Like looking at their lineup, who's gonna be the one to just stop the tower pushes? Usually you have a hero that just parks himself, like a Timbersaw or something like that, or just constant nuke, like a Wind Ranger or Lina nukes to push out those waves. They don't have this. If Liquid is able to actually set up on these towers, it's going to be problematic for mudgolems. So I think they're going to have to just work around just picking these heroes off and not let Liquid set up. Like we saw Na'Vi actually do to mudgolems yesterday.
See around these bounty runes, mudgolems did try and come in with the smoke, but Liquid, they're aware of the movement and playing accordingly. Making sure to contest the top one.
Maybe trying to get a first blood with this Tiny here, just setting up the tri-lane bottom. Always nice to get a start like that versus a Timbersaw. Just helps to carry quite a bit. Especially versus someone like as good as Timbersaw like Boxy. I mean, after yesterday, you saw him just pop off so hard.
Yeah, I mean, well, yesterday it was a game where Boxy didn't die on the Timbersaw.
He did not.
I'm pretty sure it was one of those Timber performances. And I mean, in this game, what's sort of the threat level for Boxy? Is this a game where the Timbersaw again has the potential to start looking pretty invincible?
Yep, definitely. As soon as he gets hit online, I mean, as long as Tiny's not having like a super insane game, and as long as Storm and Void Spirit are having these crazy games, he's going to take over, and it really will feel like that, I do believe, for Boxy this game. It's going to be, I do want to see Milan making a lot of moves, though. I feel like he can look to punish. Like, as soon as the Storm Spirit hits level 3 and 4, Visage is a very slow hero. I want to see Tiny, I want to see Milan moving between mid and top a lot, trying to look for those toss-back plays.
Yeah, because it seems like the other two cores aren't going to be likely to be scared of the Tiny too much, right? I mean, Boxy, as you say, he is going to be getting that hood almost certainly online quite early in the game, and Jog, Mickey, obviously having the Blade Fury as a way to react to the Tiny.
Milan not being too careful with his courier as he's pulling the wave, and Senya able to just take it out there. And we've seen Senya matching the boots of the Tiny. He's expecting them to play this wave like this up top. They're just going to be pulling and manipulating it so that the Void Spirit can get experience. Double melee lane, not usually very favorable versus that Jug. But it's a Void Spirit at least, so he'll get to simulate probably a level 2, and he'll be able to get some decent survivability.
I see this as well. It's Tiger getting the really deep pull, and Boxy not wanting to miss out on it, so it does actually TP over to make sure he's actually the one to benefit from this deep, pull of the creeps that the Tiger pulled off.
Yeah, gonna be able to deny a full wave from the Lifestealer for sure here. Skeeter, let's see how he manipulates the wave, what he decides to do, because he does have double range creep hitting on him right now.
He's just gonna hold it here, make sure that it meets the next one. I mean, the fact that he does have the double range creep should mean that he's going to be able to tear through a few of his own wave here, right? So he'll should be able to get a few denies away.
Yeah, at least. I think it looks like 2 creeps at least. We do see Taiga. He's walking in and blocking the pull constantly. He did just walk in and block it again. But there is the big pamp open for mudgolems down bottom if they are looking for that.
Yeah, we'll see if they do try and cut that tree and get that pull through going. Yeah, so far, I mean, even with the ways the creep's been manipulated, Skeeter, his farm is looking very good.
They get the side pull off. Taiga, can he interrupt it? He actually cannot. So Fada gonna get that successfully. And Skeeter, yeah, he's gonna be able to get this good farm. Boxy, he's gonna start to catch up once he gets these levels. Mid, and Senya's actually making the move.
He is. Baranya's gonna get wrapped around upon by the Rubik. He's trying to turn a burst down quake for Pops. A Fairy Fire won't save him. Good move from Insania. Catches the Storm off guard.
Such a quick move, too. I was saying that I wanted Milan to be the one that makes that move, but Insania seeing how easy of a lane it is for Mickey not being pressured at all, he can make that move. If he can do it in that quick motion there, that's a real nice start there for Koikman. This is exactly what Liquid
They get the combo here, and they've done it. Oh, a lovely setup. 33, what? Just laying down the Remnant, and that pull duration, obviously enough for Milan to come in with the combo, and obviously Tiny's combo, plus the pulse damage from the Void Spirit. That's enough to burst a Jug early on if you can get in before he has an opportunity to Blade Fury.
687 magic damage. Literally just perfect. Yeah, the way they comboed it.
And Mickey's got to be, I mean, I think he's definitely going to be very scared about any Remnants to start flying out now. Remnant catches him and they will combo him from 100 to 0.
I actually cannot believe that they're able to do that. Milan just hitting the 3 just before they go for it there. Just having that literal perfect combo with the avalanche triple damage. Again, we see Insania kind of playing around mid. Aggressive glyph coming out from Liquid. They're trying to trip up warning here.
It's going to be bottom. Tiger's going to be able to come in and grab that. Might actually be able to come in onto the mid lane. Baranya gonna get stunned, kicked back into Quoigfer, but Milan is around. Milan's gonna start running down Tiger. He's in with the avalanche, toss back underneath the tower into the burst of Baranya. They'll get the kill.
Insania. Oh, he tried to come in. Now Insania.
Now he might be in trouble here, Milan. He's closing in. He'll have the combo in a bit.
He's got the mango. He's taunting him. He knows.
So what the plan is here from Insania is trying to juke. And Tiger is TPing over to the tier 1, see if he can help out in time. He can't. Yeah, the combo enough it. Milan claims another. At the same time, bottom lane, I mean, everywhere. Mid lane, Baranya goes down, and bottom lane, Boxy, he just killed the Lifestealer.
Wait, what?
Just everything kicked off then. Baranya dies mid, and Skeeter, he dies bottom to Boxy.
Skeeter just not playing careful when Fado walks away from him for a second. Both of these safe laners going down in lanes you probably wouldn't expect them to. Just not playing careful enough, Skeeter.
That's a huge kill for Boxy on the solo. I mean, obviously the mid one as well, pretty big, taking out Baranya, slowing down the storm.
Definitely not where mudgolems want to have happening. As we mentioned, Liquid in this game, if they get the ball rolling, their lineup is going to start to group up. Mudgolems can't be giving away these type of kills. Mudgolems, they are scouting out these stacks. As we do know, Liquid always does set up. They're trying to take them away, but a lot of Liquid members rotating. The birds are online too for Quoigfer.
Milan's in trouble there. Insania, he's going to be blocking him off. And the burst to get the damage done, and I got the kill. Quoigfer able to sweep across. Make sure that mudgolems don't really get too much out of that stack, and they lose a tiny for their attempts as well.
Oh, and Taiga is just stalking at this Storm Spirit, and Fada is trying to just maximize. He's trying to get this experience mid, but Skeeter is actually really getting pressured from Boxy. This Orb of Venom, he's just hitting him, getting the Whirling Death on him, and then Skeeter gets pushed away.
Yeah, not much Skeeter could do sort of aggressively back to the Timber. You know, you're not going to turn and punch back into Boxy with the 3 points into reactive armor. So yeah, just constant pressure from Boxy.
He's getting his Soul Ring right now too, and he's actually got the 6. So Skeeter, he's gonna get constantly spammed here in this lane. This is looking really good here for these 3 lanes for Liquid. The cores are all getting off to the perfect start for their lineup.
I mean, do you want to, if you're mudgolem, sending one down to help Skeeter, or you should be able to rely on the fact that Skeeter shouldn't really die here. I mean, he might be pressured, but he should never really die as the Lifestealer, even though he should
never really die. They can counter gank once Boxy overcommits, but right now they're just very underleveled. Boran is only level 5. He still hasn't hit the 6. He's really struggling in this mid lane because of Taiga's pressure. Yeah, but they can't actually counter gank the bottom lane very nicely because of that.
We said already, this Timbersaw is going to be very tough to take down at most moments of the game.
The Visage, if he's grouped up with his team too, it's a very similar kind of concept where he's going to be very difficult for them to bring down. It's if he's isolated, that's where they can start to pick him off. And that is where mudgolems, their draft really does shine, right? They have the Infest Lifestealer, they have the Void Spirit, they have the Tiny, they have all these pick-off heroes. Just Liquid are getting off to a very good start here after this lane, and they're going to start to look to group up here after they get these stacks and find all these moves to slow down mudgolems a lot. And look at Taiga, immediately smokes up, looking for another aggressive move. The ward is down.
Dire's courier has been killed.
He's just following the storm. And during the downtime, Insania, doing typical Insania stuff, starts getting the double stacks going. Anytime there is that little downtime, Liquid's always happy.
Milan. Quoigfer's going to be able to find him, popping the drums to chase him down. Insania is going to be in with that extra bit of lockdown. Milan will turn, get a bit of the combo off onto Quoigfer. Milan still falls, but Boranya's able to get in with the backup. They take down Quoigfer in return, and now they can look over towards Insania as well. Quoigfer still has the birds up to help out as he tries his best to hold them back, but not able to do so before Insania also gets burst. Mickey's trying to run down Baranya. He's got a little bit of mana left, so he can break over the wall and get just far enough away from Mickey to keep himself alive. So Baranya will live.
Nice move there from mudgolems, actually taking out the Visage. And those are those situations when Visage, if he starts moving away from lanes, that's where mudgolems, like we said, they can start to shine if they find these little pickoffs. They're very good at the small skirmishes. And they're very good at mobility. Storm and Void Spirit.
Bottom lane, Boxy's now managed to bully Skeeter off this side of the map.
Yeah.
He's TP'd up to the top lane. So this will allow Boxy to finish off this tier 1 tower. Not really many other heroes that mudgolems can throw down here to actually stop this Timber's pressure right now.
Yep, he's going to get his hood at a very decent time if he would like to go down that route. Mid.
Baranya was thinking about getting aggressive onto Tiger, but as soon as the birds show, he'll back off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Liquid getting time to just be able to hit these jungle creeps, get these stacks finished up. And yeah, bottom tower is pretty much going to go down. While on the reversal mudgolems, they can't pressure towers the same way Liquid can. At 33, he's looking to go for kills here with this urn early picked up.
It's pretty deep. I mean, Mickey,
Very deep.
he's just going to run up to him, dissimulate to the side. Quoifer trying to have the familiars in position. 33's got to astral step away. I mean, it seems like it's not going to be an easy game for 33. I mean, we saw early in the lane getting those nice little kills, bit of action, but in terms of the cores that 33 is going to look to burst, they don't feel too burstable.
No, definitely not. They're, like I said, they're gonna. It's really gonna be a lot about that pick-off game. They do have to keep slowing down Liquid a bit, though, trying to contest these stacks and walking in and just slowing them up. Because I'm just seeing Liquid getting away with too much right now. Like they're doing typical Liquid, where they've done great in their lanes this time, and then they have all these stacks just to back up and farm at a faster rate with. And this is all about this early game timing here for Liquid, where they're gonna group up. They're gonna look to just beat down these towers. I mean, Boxy's already doing it by himself.
Yeah, he takes the bottom tower and heads up top. We didn't see any answer from mudgolems to his pressure down on the bottom lane. Probably not going to see it up on this top lane either. Boxy's just going to have all the space in the world to just get these really early items and become an incredibly hard target for them to deal with.
They got to bring the numbers if they want to take him out. And I think they have to start slowing him down. I think they're going to just have to bring like 3-4 heroes to just kill Boxy. Otherwise, they're just going to start losing these towers, and Liquid just free farming during all this pressure that Boxy's applying. So they start rotating 4 up top. Liquid sees it with the ward. Boxy's able to back away.
I'll see Baranya is queuing up the straight Bloodstone this game. I mean, I think he knows that with the way things are, the Orchid rush is just not going to be quite as effective, especially with Mickey getting this space to farm, and he's going to have the Manta done at a pace that would have been equal to the Orchid that Boron would be able to pick up.
Yeah, interesting, this game. I guess just he is playing versus just some very tanky cores that he just probably can't take out. So Autumn, he tries to go aggressive on Taiga, but Taiga, he just turns immediately.
Yeah, Branya's going to take quite a bit of damage off the back of that. Has to step right back. Top lane, I mean, they are bringing in a lot of heroes to look to Boxy. I still don't know if they're going to be able to burst him. This is a very hard kill for them to get.
Under the tower especially, that's definitely too hard.
Skeeter's popping the rage, and he's got to run. He has to run. The telekinesis is going to be up. Tiger off the mark with a stun, but does still hit the silence. They'll get the avalanche down onto Tiger. Mickey TPing him with the healing ward. Tiger rolling away. 33's got Skeeter inside him. He's just got to take him out of here. They can't fight in this area, mudgolems, with Liquid turning up like this.
No, they tried to force it super hard. Quakefoot immediately starts pushing mid. Baranya's getting good space down bottom, at least, to get some farm there, but yeah, I mean, pressuring Boxy is definitely looking to be quite a tough task. And he's still saving to show what item he is going to be going for. If it's going to be something like the Lotus Rush, or if he is going to go for his own hood. Right now, not looking like he is going to finish that hood. Looking for a bigger item. Yeah, he's queuing up the mech for his team. So those auras they're going to be really impactful. Mech, pipe. Koikfa's going for the pipe. That's going to damage mudgolems a lot. As we said, they're already going to have damage issues.
Yeah, when they have pipe and Greaves, I don't know how mudgolems heroes are going to kill these, the cores of Liquid. It does feel like one of those games that Liquid's managed to draft it in a way where they have these cores that just have the potential to be unkillable.
Yeah, and they're free farming, and the thing is that they do scale very hard. Like panel was talking about, this Juggernaut, he does scale very well versus the Lifestealer. Sure, they have to be a little worried because the Storm Spirit also scales and that Void Spirit, but they don't want it to even get to really that point. They probably want to close this game within the next, 15-ish minutes on the side of Liquid, unless they just get such a crazy advantage, which they really are starting to build up.
I think, yeah, I mean, you can sort of see it and feel it from mudgolems there. They're wandering around the map, and it just feels like there's very little moves they can make. They're going to smoke up the three of them. See what they can find.
Try to take advantage of the fact that Liquid just split up all around the map. They might be able to find some heroes here.
Tiger could be an easy one if they could get on top of him. But he's out and away with the roll. He's not an easy one. They can't get on top of him. Maybe now they continue to sweep in. He's out with the roll, and yeah, they can't get him. They cannot get him here.
And now the Oracle's actually in a tough position right in front of Koikva.
He's got to put the false promise on himself here, Fada. He's got the rest of them by his side. Actually coming in to give him that infest heal to make sure that he doesn't lose any HP during that false promise.
But look at Liquid. Boxy immediately starts hitting top tower. The Jug doesn't care because he's farming a triple ancient stack while they're trying to pressure. You can fear mudgolems trying to force some type of issue, but Liquid reading it perfectly. Boxy immediately when they start pushing a tower, he goes and parks himself there to defend it so they can't apply pressure. This is just fantastic coordination coming out from Liquid, and they're starting to get this timing all together here. The pipe is about to be finished, and the mech is done.
And we see this build for 33. It's something that some Void Spirits are now starting to experiment with. Are you a fan of this?
Oh, I actually have not gotten to see this.
So the idea is that, I'm pretty sure at least, when you use the Astral Step, it doesn't proc the Echo, so you can Astral in, hit them with the Echo slow, and that gives you a very solid setup to land the Remnant. And obviously the stats are decent. So that's sort of the idea. Some Void Spirits are starting to use it. It's still not most of them. I don't think this is going to become the go-to build anytime soon, but it's something new that some players like to build on Void Spirit.
Sounds very 33-esque.
Yeah.
But items are online. Now everything is there for Liquid. They've got the mech, they've got the pipe, and yeah, I'm really not too sure what mudgolems is going to be able to do to actually just fight them. I think they have to just split the map up and hope that Liquid overextends to pick off some of these heroes, because it feels like it's going to be tough for them to kill them with all this sustain.
Yeah, it's like, how does Boxy die? I mean, when he has Greaves, it's just hard to you sort of do the maths. You add up all the outgoing numbers from mudgolems, and it doesn't add up to 1800 HP when you take into account the heals, the magic resist, the armor.
Oh, and they're applying this pressure. There's a blink on Milan. Let's see if he can try to get some tossbacks and stuff. Maybe if they can get this positioning out of the way, but not when Liquid is invading this hard. You can see how strong they know they are at this moment. And mudgolems, they just have to go for some trades. Hit this mid tower. Gonna have to accept the fact that they're gonna lose control of their jungle and their outpost here.
16 minutes in, a tier 2 taken by Liquid. 3k up. Kills are still pretty low, but I think Liquid aren't too fussed about that. It fits with the way they want to play this game.
Yeah, this isn't a kills game for Liquid. This is a kills game for mudgolems, where they have to start wreaking some havoc. Liquid just has to keep moving around together as this unit. Don't let Visage, don't let Koikva ever get caught off in the rivers by himself. And yeah, the plan is working so far. Oxy's the only one who's really been showing himself in those dangerous, precarious positions, and like you said, there's no way that they can punish him.
They can't kill him. He's gonna have Greaves in a few hundred gold. He could probably just walk down mid and sit under tier 4s. They probably wouldn't still kill him. He is very, very tanky. And just Mickey, with all this space that he's been getting, he's becoming very, very farm. We've seen Mickey do this before, yeah. Get sort of the first essential item that he needs to make sure that he doesn't die. Obviously, he does help with farming as well, the movement, and allows him to get involved safely. And then just goes back for the Battle Fury, because he knows that the rest of the team is just holding this game in a position now where, hey, if Liquid aren't ever able to push this advantage to a win, Mickey's going to be able to carry in the late game.
Exactly. That's why they go for this always like this win condition, it feels like, on Liquid a lot of time, for Mickey in particular. When he plays this Morphling, this Jug, in particular, since we've seen it a couple times this tournament with this exact build. Just in case things goes right.
Mudgolem's still just looking for something to do. Tiger grabs the haste. They do get the combo. Oh, but the haste might just save him. He's running out. Get on top of him. They will finish him off. They will manage to kill someone here. They get Tiger. It's something. It's something after quite a bit of a dry spell.
Yeah, I mean, they finally find Liquid making a mistake. Liquid getting out of position for the first time in what felt like 10 minutes. As right now we see Boxy, they're very aware of the positioning of mudgolems. Koikva continuing to play aggressive bottom because they have this control of this outpost here. Feels very confident to play down here. And he's queuing up the next aura items.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. No, this is the build that Koikva likes to go for when the game's going good. And I think this is pretty much always the plan when he picks Visage. Pipe into AC.
Cover all your bases. Cup your team out as maximum as possible.
And how are things looking for the cause of mudgolems right now? Piranha, he's very close to having the Bloodstone done. But of course, definitely feels like a game where that alone isn't really going to change too much about the Storm's gameplay. It's sort of going to be the item after that.
Yeah, I mean, they're still farming at a decent rate. It's what they're up against. It's this damage mitigation lineup that Liquid's drafted, this heavy push lineup to an objective-taking lineup. Yeah, mudgolems. We're going to have to see how they ever are going to be able to actually contest it when it is a full 5v5. It does feel like that 5v5 is going to feel very difficult unless they can just pop heroes with this Infest, with this Storm Spirit. And also just make sure that they can take out the Healing Ward. I think that's another reason why he's going for this like weird, not like weird Bloodstone build, but going for this build first. Because then he can just zip in, not be too at risk of dying instantly while he kills that Healing Ward and be able to zip out. And it works really well with Oracle.
See in the jungle. Liquid, they're going to get across. They're not going to be able to find it back.
Nicely done by Milan.
Yeah, Tiny able to cover it. Ensure that they do still maintain one of the outposts at that 20-minute mark. Mudgolems.
Ooh, Arcane Rune top. At the same time, I believe that the Bloodstone is being delivered.
Let's see if they can do anything now, Milan. It's got Skeeter in it. Looking for some sort of setup, but as we've seen so far, Liquid not really allowing any opportunities where the easier to kill targets are alone. C33 continuing on this, the 33-esque build, the Echo Saber into Deso. And he has got it done. So, I mean, 33 does continue to be very farmed on the Void Spirit this game. This is some big items coming out at some very good times.
They're definitely going to scale as well. Mika's got that Battle Fury finished now. They will take out one of the birds. Koikva's just going to resummon. And Liquid does still have to be careful to just sit behind certain heroes. At least sit behind Koikva. He's probably the only one that can die if they do commit onto him. Yeah. Oxy still feels pretty invulnerable. So does Mika for the most part.
Mika, with that Battle Fury done, is now going to continue to just push the difference between him and anyone else in this game. He's going to be farming at a pace they can't keep up with. Mudgolems, they do see an opportunity to head into the pit. And this is a nice move because, as we've seen, there's not really much more they can do on the map right now. Going for this Roshan with the Deso done on 33, helping them that little bit extra. They're doing it at a very good pace. They're going to be able to take this down without Liquid doing anything about it. So Aegis on to Piranha.
This was a real smart move here. And this is all going to all hit at the same timing. Bloodstone's done. There's an Arcane Rune in the bottle. He's infested. This could be a big hit that Liquid might get caught off guard by. They have to be very aware and just sit behind these heroes. Have Boxy or Mika in the front line there. They have to be just protecting Koikva. Not let Koikva just get fully exploded by this Lifestealer Storm Spirit and crazy initiation that Mudgolems does have.
For Piranha right now, which heroes, if he gets the vision, do you think he's going to go straight for? Like, who can this Storm commit on and sort of guarantee that him and Skeeter are going to be able to kill on the initiation?
I mean, it's usually always just going to be getting those supports in the back lines. The Rubik doesn't really have much of a counterplay, especially when Lifestealer gets on top of him. Open Wounds Rage, you're dead almost instantly. So that's a good one to always pick off of the fight. It's really going to be dependent the positioning, though. If Koikva's too far from his team, they're going to go on Koikva.
Yeah, you think they can afford to commit on him? Like they will...
If he's too far.
Yeah. See, actually quite for changing up the items, because as I say, he did have the AC queued up, and it is what he usually likes to get on the Visage when the game is good. But what do you think's sort of making him feel that he does need the BKB? Is it because he's realizing, as you're saying, that he is going to be the prime target that Mudgolems are going to try and look to kill to break themselves back into the game and into the lead?
I think it is that. I think it does look like he can be a bit fragile because of how much magic damage and how much control that Mudgolems does have. Like, there really is just so many disables that they have between, you know, the Void Spirit, Storm Spirit, Tiny, they can just keep the Visage in a position and just burst him down. If he has BKB, if he's able to get it between the instances, he survives. He's able to turn the fight completely, so... This is actually probably a better choice for him than the AC.
Sure.
Especially versus now the Aegis, where you know Mudgolems, they're going to try to make a risky play.
Yep. I'll see what sort of opportunities Baranya can find on his Raider. As Liquid. Still lots of safe spaces to play in, though, still with having their tier 1 still standing here at 22 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Boxy's... I wish, like, seeing Boxy's heat map, it just... is when certain creep waves are pushing in, Boxy's just the one to eat the scary creep wave every single time. Just that deterrent from them getting any of the extra map control.
This farm on Mickey is just continuing to look very scary. And just the levels as well. He's basically level 18. Both cores on Mudgolems still sitting at level 14. So 22 minutes in already, a 4-level difference.
Yeah, and he switched. He had the Basher initially queued up. I think he wanted the control versus the Storm, but then he thinks, you know what? No, life versus Lifestealer and versus Oracle. The Scotty actually makes quite a bit of sense if he does commit for that one, and he has committed now. That slow versus the Rage, the preventing of the healing during the Oracle ult as well.
Yeah.
Definitely shows benefits.
It's incredibly strong this game, and also just nice, even against the Storm. You know, sometimes Baranya's relying on that Bloodstone heal to keep himself alive. Yep. And suddenly he's not going to get quite as much of a benefit from it if he's been hit by the Jug.
Oh, they're getting to hit the mid tower, Boxy. Okay. He's in the area, though. He doesn't want them to hit it. That's his tower. Jump, though.
He's going to look to jump in on Insane. As you said, go for the easy one first. They won't quite get it. Oh, he's able to jump into the bird. The silence is out. Insania's going to live. He's able to step back to safety. Baranya's still committing, trying to find Insania. Will get the kill. They also do get quite far off to the side. On the back of it, Mickey looking for Fada, but Fada keeps himself alive with the false promise. Baranya, he's going to look for Insania a second time, and then Insania is going to be a dieback. They lose the Rubik twice here, Liquid. Combo from Milan. It's in on the Boxy. They've taken down the Timbersaw. It's a big Omni Slash coming in, though, from Mickey as he kills off the two of them. Baranya and Skeeter still kind of good to fight here, but they will back off. And Mudgolems, they certainly gave a pretty decent punch there into Liquid. Killing off the three of them, including Insania, dying the twice, and getting the big one too. Actually able to take down Boxy in the midst of it all.
Such an explosive amount of damage. I believe the Veil was just finished before this fight, because it just made all this magic damage that they have just so much more impactful. And that was that big Aegis fight. Able to actually commit into the backlines twice onto poor Insania, even though he saves himself initially.
That was them, as you say, this is exactly what Mudgolems needed. To get done with that Aegis, and again just goes back to how brilliant of a call it was from them to go for Roshan at a point where Liquid probably did feel just a little too comfortable with the state of the game. They would have known that they were getting further and further ahead, and Mudgolems were struggling to make moves, and Liquid, they didn't expect the Rosh, and Mudgolems able to get a lot done with that Aegis use.
Get some nice Bloodstone charges too. The two big heroes are the ones that survive as well for Mudgolems, which is the biggest part there for them. Some nice experience that they did need. Mickey still being the victor up to level 20. Has that Scotty finished as well too, so he still has that item advantage versus the Lifestealer.
Yeah, I mean, this is the definite big threat still standing here from Liquid, regardless of how any of these fights go. This Jug, as we have seen him countless times with these Liquid performances, these games where Mickey, he's just ahead of everybody else. Liquid happy to lose their other cores as long as Mickey doesn't die. He's the one to clean up and make the most of the space. And so far this game, he certainly is. About 5k ahead of Skeeter's farm right now, and still 4 levels advantage on the Jug.
And now Quakefoot does have his BKB. Didn't have it for the last fight. They have so many different forms of magic damage and control. This is going to help a lot for him. They are getting to a pretty good point of scaling, though, for Mudgolems. This tri-core is starting to scale because of the way that they've built, too. 33 going for this different style build with this Echo Saber Deso.
Yeah, it's actually working really nicely, this game. From 33. I think if he had gone for sort of the more standard ags, he would not be able to have the actual scaling and impact that he is actually able to turn up these fights with. It's a serious amount of physical damage, but do catch the Tiny alone. Over in the mid, though, they've got the grab on a Boxy. And again, they're going to be able to take him down. Boxy will fall. The ult coming out to Boranya. He's got the Bloodstone heal as well as the False Promise, but he's out of mana. Fada goes down. And indeed, Boranya, he's going to pop off. His False Promise comes to an end. Skadi limiting the heals that he's receiving. And even without that, the damage coming out from Mickey. Too much for Boranya to deal with. As things are back to business for Liquid, they're able to express their dominance and their lead that they have built up and how powerful Mickey is right now. They take the team fight. They're going to just run down mid, knowing very well that Mickey is not going to be threatened by much the mudgolems can come to this defense with.
And Boxy, I mean, that's his job, right? Eat those spells, die for Mickey to come in and clean up. So they do lose him, but either way, Liquid very happy about that. They can finally get aggressive on this side. New neutral items available. Let's see which ones they get.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see where sort of 33 goes after this Echo Saber Deso, because this physical damage it's absolutely making all the difference when it comes to being able to kill Boxy. Like, without this build, they don't kill the Timbersaw. So
you had to get the defensive Yules just because the silences, you know, the Earth Spirit's starting to get those levels built up. The silence is pretty frustrating for him. So he did have to get that. But yeah, I'm also curious to see what he does go for here. It's very different. I haven't seen this type of build before on a Void Spirit.
Oh, we'll see here. Tiger, he's able to get the roll, and he gets the silence in onto the two of them. Milan getting pulled back by the Stolen Remnant. Over to the side, they found Fada. They isolate the Oracle and take him down. BKB popped by Quakefor, but Skidder, he's chasing. The bash is in. Quakefor will fall. But now Skidder, he's without a rage. Liquid turn onto him, roll in with Tiger's stun and silence. Skidder falls for it. I mean, and again, we're seeing, you know, mudgolems, they are able to focus and take down one of the cores, but still just the overall difference in progression and the fact that Liquid's heroes are an item ahead. I mean, in Mickey's case, he's sort of 2 items ahead of the carries of mudgolems. It's still very hard for them to ever really come out on top overall. Liquid, they just clean up, even with one of them dying at the beginning.
And mudgolems, they're slipping up a bit too here with these mistakes. They didn't have everybody in there for that invasive play either. Liquid, they just outnumbered them because it's right next to their side of the map. Storm wasn't anywhere near. Yeah, they're having a tough time going for these invasive plays versus Liquid versus this insanely farmed Jug. And I mean, that was without Omnislash. Omnislash is back up. He's about to have Butterfly finish too. Milan?
I mean, how do they beat this Jug? How do they do it? They're going to try Boranya. He's rolled straight in. Oh my goodness, he's dead. Oh, he rolls in.
He didn't use the BKB. He just got lifted. He just spent the gold for it.
And he didn't have the TP either, right? Did he try and do the TP? No, I think he just TP. Yeah, not quite sure what the plan was there from him.
Jump. They got Mickey.
They got Mickey. Can they get Boxy as well? They're turning over to him. They're going to get Boxy too by the looks of it with these bashes. They get Boxy too. Jump over as well. Look at the Tiger. They're able to trip him up on the attempt to roll out Yule Scepter into the Remnant. They're going to have the damage to take down another. It doesn't matter that Boranya froze his life away. That was all part of the plan. A very weird, twisted plan of Boranya go in and feed. It works out. Liquid feel confident to stick around, and they actually find the window to somehow burst Mickey. This 2600 HP Jug. They were able to kill him, Fog.
The amount of damage that 33 is able to do, they throw the veil out and just it's all this pop damage that he's doing. Everything explodes at the same time. He's controlled during all of it, and it's 3,000 damage instantly during a toss combo because of all this.
No, that is incredibly excellent stuff from the voice, bro. Any other offlane hero with any other build, I don't think would be having the impact he is right now. You know, you can't understate just how much of a difference it is just having a Desolator on your side. You know, especially when you have a hero like the Lifestealer just being able to lock down onto a target and take them out. It's making all the difference, and it's absolutely keeping mudgolems with a very good chance in this game. They get the catch straight in.
They're catching Liquid off guard when they're not fully respawned. Liquid did peek out there to try to get some information, but picked off, and now a BKB charge for Quakefor used. Mudgolems punching back strong here.
That's a big hit.
Fest plays.
And yeah, just going to show that Mickey is, as farmed as he isn't actually untouchable. They can kill this Jug, despite him being multiple items ahead of any of their own.
Yeah, they just have to be more aware of it. I just think that it hit them completely off guard. It just was not something they expected at all. They have to be able to get the glimmers, all these protective items onto him. And now, I mean, Roche does respawn.
It's
Liquid.
I feel like
they have to contest this.
They can't let mudgolems get this.
Oh,
Baranya?
Baranya just spent all his mana and zipped out.
What was he trying to? What was he zipping for?
He almost died for it though. He zipped right in front of them with 0 mana.
What? Why did he zip over to the mid lane? What was he trying to? What was he trying to do? Hey, he's got to reset, go back to base, and that will mean that they can't sort of safely commit for the Roche anymore. Despite nearly bringing it down to half HP, they've got to wait for Baranya to refuel and walk his way back out here.
They still have this ward on the high ground though, Mudgolems. They see everything.
33. He's going to charge in. They're looking for Mickey. This time Mickey's able to get the Blade Fury off. Telekinesis up onto Milan. Milan's going to fall. False Promise, keeping 33 safe. He's going to be able to jump down from the high ground in a little bit. He's out of there. He'll back off. The chase is going to be on though from Liquid. Roll forward. They're on to Fada. Buyback comes out from Milan. Fada won't be able to save himself though. Also has buyback available if they do want to commit and stop Liquid from getting the Roche themselves. As Liquid, they're into the pit now. I mean, Mudgolems, they'll still want to contest this.
The Infest is ready again, and the Aghanim's is done also. 33 full committed on the purchase.
Okay. And that AoE silence could certainly catch Liquid off guard. See if they can time it, though. As Liquid, they're getting, he's going to try for the jump in. They get the kill, but Mickey is able to pick up the Aegis. Instantly with the silence down onto 33. He'll fall. Skeeter's been left in the pits. A big Omni Slash from Mickey cuts down the Lifestealer. A solid attempt there from 33 to make the steal happen. But Mickey just a little too fast on his fingers, picking up the Aegis before Mudgolems could do so, despite Mudgolems being the ones to actually find that last hit on Roche. That's not what they're after there. Still losing the Aegis to Jug. They're pretty much the worst situation for Mudgolems.
Yeah. Just Mickey too quick with his fingers there, gets the Omni Slash, and they actually ditched Skeeter pretty hard in the pit there. He had the cheese, but wasn't able to get it off. He has buyback. He might be forced to use it. They're committing for the base.
They're looking to try and end this now, Liquid. Fortification will come up. See how much hesitation that will give them. They want to at least, force Skeeter to pot that buyback. But 33 himself, after that axe purchase, not having the money to come back in, so he's out for 30. They're going to look to zip in. Look at the backlines. Brandy's going to go on to Insania. Jump out for the lifesteal. Looking to take him down straight away. Milan's in with a big avalanche. Insania, he's able to get out with the Glimmer. False Promise. Used on the Baranya to keep him alive. Telekinesis from Insania stops Baranya from being able to chase down the Rubik. The stun controls there from Tiger. Baranya, he's been locked down. He's still trying to finish this Rubik, but Baranya's so low. He's ticking down to the Spirit Vessel, tries for the TP out, but Boxy's in with the Timber Chain, takes him out. 4 dead. A buyback will come out from Baranya. He's desperately trying to hold this, but the Ancient is falling. Tiger and Mickey just looking to close it. 33's back in action, jumps in with the silence, catches Koifa. Baranya will be able to find it. They've got fortification. It's keeping the Ancient alive. Baranya, he's getting low. They've got the silence onto him. Mickey and Tiger trying to ignite. They're looking to end it, and they'll be able to do so. Liquid will close up game 1.